What is going on, ladies? This is Marcia here with another episode of the Lady Strong Fitcast. And today I have LSF member Shalini. Her and we're going to be talking about how she converted from virtual member to in-studio member.
So the big question is this: how were two women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are Lady Strong Fitness.
Shalini, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Marcia. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. So I know who you are, but for the women who are joining us today, please tell a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Shalini and I live in Schaumburg, and I'm a mom. I'm a homemaker. I work full time, so I have a busy day. And when the pandemic started, when all of us were confined at home, my work at home increased, my work at work increased, but my health took a back seat. So a couple of months into pandemic, and I saw your, Lady Strong virtual sessions everywhere. And I joined way back in May of 2021. And the session started great. I was happy to be doing something for myself. And it was good at the same time because I got up and I started working out. That put me in my comfort zone. Even when the pandemic, went away and the studio opened, I said, oh, I'm doing great virtually. I don't really need to go in. I'm doing what I can at home. And so I sat on that train forever, and a couple of years on that train, it didn't take me anywhere. I mean, I stayed where I was. I didn't go a level up. And my friend Swati, she started, I started virtual first and I brought her in, and she had started going into the studio much earlier than I did. And she kept asking me to come in and join Marcia's this personal training program. And finally I said, this is it. I have to get somewhere. I have to kickstart my journey. And so I started, I started the personal training sessions that you started, and
Yes.
I converted to in-studio.
I love that.
Member. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the virtual side, because like you said, you were on the virtual side for quite some time. And I've spoken to a lot of women, and a lot of people have a tendency to not be motivated by at-home workouts. What kept you going over the last 3 years doing the virtuals in order to stay self-motivated? Because let's be honest, there really isn't no one there to really tell you to pick up the computer and follow along or whatever it is. So what kept you motivated? What kept you going in the consistency?
I want to be strong. I want to be strong. I want to commit to myself that I'm doing something for myself. So I'll be honest that the virtual workouts are easier to get to. I can just get up from my bed and I'm there, and they are easier to get done because I can just pick up any weight I want. I can just complete the workout.
Yeah.
So it's easier to get to, it's easier to get done, but the results are not there. I'm stagnant. I was stagnated.
Yeah, most definitely. I want to talk about that because since you decided to do in studio and take advantage of the semi-private training, within that first, I believe it was 30 to 45 days, you did your in-body scan, which is testing your body composition. Right. And I remember you coming in, you were so excited and you're jumping up and down and you're handing me your paper. Let's talk about your results since you came in studio. If you don't mind, please share what your results was like.
Yeah. So, I started your semi-private personal training sessions, and I started following the diet chart, and my progress was painstakingly slow. Like I told you, I was stagnated and I had sort of given up on making any progress. I said, oh, this is the week 1. I'm not going to do great. And I didn't do great. And week 2, I did a little bit better. And then week 3, but like you said, stay on the course and then you'll get there. So week 4, I did my weight wise, I went on only 3 pounds, but my muscle mass increased like crazy. And, I saw the results, and that made me so happy. That made me validate, my desire to go in. I want to be healthy. I want to be strong. And,
sure.
When I see those results, it makes me very, very happy.
100%. Not only does it boost your confidence, but it wants you to continue to do more and strive.
Definitely. And I can see my knees were starting to get to hurt when I was doing virtual workouts, because as you saw, my form, it was poor. and you corrected my form, and you see me working out, you correct my form, and that is the best thing that I think I get from those virtual training sessions, from in studio personal training
100%.
sessions, that you correct my form, and then I know if I follow it and I do it, and
Yeah,
I'm going to get results. I'm going to be stronger. Yeah.
I love
And
that.
that's
So if you don't mind sharing, what is the best thing that you like about being in studio versus virtual outside of having a coach correct your form?
I think like I see Tony lifting heavier
Oh,
weights.
there's my
I
dog.
see,
Sorry.
yeah, I see Rosa lifting heavier weights, and those ladies motivate me a
Mm,
lot. I mean, you have fantastic members. You should
yeah.
be proud of as we are proud of you. I hope you are proud of us working,
Oh, 100%.
as hard as.
I like to say it, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Shalini, is that you can't do this journey alone.
No.
It's nice having that someone that is not only like-minded, but
Mhm.
that share, the same qualities as you do and wanted to be the best version of themselves. And
Right.
it's reassuring to see you guys. I mean, when I see all you guys get together and, for instance, I saw you and share my observation. It was actually yesterday, I believe, or day before, where you and Swati were
Mhm.
afterwards, were kind of working alongside each other, helping each other
Right.
with core. I mean, that's very motivational. And, it's best to do it with someone than doing it alone.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
would you?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Swati has been, after me, ever since she joined this PT program, she's been like, you need to come into the studio. You need to come in. You're doing virtual, that's great, but you need to come in. She has been a big supporter for me coming into work. She even offered to pick me up, drop me back. Like, we stay pretty close. So
I
yeah,
love that.
she's a great friend, and she's a great motivator. So
I love that. Shout out
I'm
to
grateful.
Swati.
I'm grateful to her being my co-member of this team.
100%, 100%. So shout out to Swati. So Swati, just in case if you're watching. So we do appreciate you. So I'd like to end each episode. I'd like to ask, is there any advice that you may have for someone that is maybe on the fence about joining either the program that you're doing, which is a semi-private, or maybe if were like you, if they were like stuck at a plateau and they're not getting any results? Do you have any advice for any people like that?
Yes, come into the studio. Come into the studio, whether it's semi-private or group lessons, it doesn't matter. Come and work out alongside all other members. And I mean, you'll correct your form, you'll lift heavier, you'll feel stronger, you'll feel more motivated, and it'll make your day. It makes my day. Like,
I love that.
I worked out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It made my week. I'm set for next week.
I
So
love that.
thank you, Marcia, for
No, you did all the work. You just showed up. That's what I like. So if you don't mind sharing about what are you averaging for workouts per week? How often are you getting inside the studio? Because I'm sure some people are wondering, like, well, how do I get results like that? How often are you working out? So if you don't mind sharing, on average, what are you working out?
So I on average, I tend to come in twice a week for group lessons. And then because I missed a couple of weeks of semi-private training, so I'm doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday of semi-private. When I'm not doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on semi-private, I come twice a week. And then I still catch like 2 workouts at home because I still want to continue to work out whether I can make it to studio or not. So I do 6:30, that 6:30 a.m. class works wonders for me.
I love that.
But even in that class, I'm lifting heavier because I know what I'm lifting in studio. So it keeps me on track to lift that much weight at home. So
I love that.
Yeah.
What's your progress like? Do you have any goals in mind for the next, I would say 30 to 60 days, if you don't mind sharing? I have an idea of what that looks like, but for someone that, people don't set realistic expectations, like be conservative with them and, let them know that this is, like you said, it's going to take time, right? Like you said, it didn't happen in the first week or second week. You just have to be consistent with it. So what are you looking to accomplish? Not that, you've done a lot thus far, but can you imagine what the next 2 months is going to look like? Share with us. What does that look like for you?
Push-ups, pull-ups, like this, we had the Inferno this morning, and I was struggling at that. I did do, I think, a good, maybe 12 to 13 reps. So ace that. I want to ace that. I want more core strength. I was very proud of myself for finishing that 3 minutes of plank. So I want to increase that. And I want great core strength, and I want to do pull-ups and push-ups. Those are
I love that. And I'm going to touch bases on shout out to you. So today I had the opportunity of working with you, for those of you that are tuning in, with Shalini earlier today. And My goodness, you made those planks look easy. So she was holding a 1 minute plank with weight on her back, which is 25 pounds. And you did that for 3 minutes total with, rest in between. But it just goes to show how far you've came along. Like really,
Yes.
it's inspiring to see. So I am super honored to have the privilege to work with you, and you're super coachable and you take feedback very well. And you're like the perfect student when it comes to doing
Thank
semi-private.
you.
So I appreciate you. So with that being said, thank you for coming on the episode. And ladies, thank you for tuning in of another episode of the Lady Strong Fit Cast. Have an amazing day, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.